Mr. Gibson, do you have any objection to Chris Dobson being present during mom's parenting time?
Yes, I do.
Why? What's your objection?
One, he has supervised visits in his marital home. He is still married.
Welcome to Rebel Chaser. My name is Gail, and I have a clip for you from Judge Mark Braunlich at the 38th Circuit Court in Michigan. He is dealing with family custody issues, and the mother seems much more concerned about her married new boyfriend and her hair, because she keeps playing with her hair. It's got to look perfect for the camera. But she's more concerned about other things than she is about her children. At least in this appearance, that's what it looks like. Let me know what you guys think.
Now session will take 2, Jordan Schmitz versus Joshua Gibson.
For the record, this matter is before the court for the purpose of reviewing parenting time. I mean, primarily, this hearing is being conducted via Zoom. Present is Attorney Alex Goldman representing the plaintiff mother, Jordy Schmitz. Ms. Schmitz is appears present. Is Joshua Gibson present on audio?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
An order was entered in January of this year, providing for parenting time schedule and also scheduling the matter for review today.
Yes.
And that parenting time in the January order was for mother's parenting time. Is that correct, Mr. Goldman?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, so the recommendation, the parties have conferred at length with Mr. Walker for the front of the court this morning. Mr. Walker has provided the following recommendation. Mother shall have the following schedule, week 1 and week 2. Week 1, mother shall have parenting time Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Week 2, mother have parenting time Monday at 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Wednesday 5 to 8, Saturday 5 to 8, and Sunday 5 to 8. The previous parenting time schedule shall continue until March 3rd, which is when week 1 will commence for mother. I'm sorry, March 11th. I apologize. March 11th is next Monday. So this proposed recommended parenting schedule, week 1 will start for mom next Monday, which is March 11th, 2024. Mother shall also have parenting time on Easter Sunday, which is March 31st from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Neither party shall disparage the other party or make any disparaging remarks in the presence, so allow any third parties to make any disparaging remarks in the presence of the minor children. No other family member shall be within visible range of the children during parenting time exchanges. Neither party shall discuss this case or allow a third party to discuss this case in the presence of the children. The minor child, Jordan, shall be allowed to keep a cell phone in his possession during mother's parenting time for emergency purposes. And finally, the parties will appear back before this court to review parenting time on May 7th, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. That is the recommendation. Mr. Goldman, is this recommendation good with your client this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Gibson, do you understand the recommendation?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any objection to the court adopting this recommendation?
At the moment, no, I do not.
All right. Mr. Goldman, do you wish to voir dire your client regarding this recommendation this morning?
No, Your Honor, but I do have 2 further issues.
Sure, go ahead.
We would like Ms. Sonicson Schmidt's boyfriend to be allowed around the children. There's no reason that he shouldn't be allowed to. And, I realize that we're doing gradual increases. So that day is coming, and we would just prefer that it be sooner rather than later.
Was that discussed with Mr. Walker this morning?
It was.
Yeah.
Mr. Gibson does not agree.
Oh, okay. What is the boyfriend's name?
Chris Dotson.
You actually he has a case before you, Your Honor. The most recent order in that case allows him to have reasonable and liberal parenting time.
Okay. Mr. Gibson, do you have any objection to Chris Dobson being present during mom's parenting time?
Yes, I do.
Why? What's your objection?
One, he has supervised visits in his marital home. He is still married. Our oldest son is terrified of him because he feels like he can't even go out in the front yard and play in his own front yard because the man is always over there staring at him. It's not okay.
Okay. I mean, the children are 5 and 2. Is Mr. Dobson still married, Mr.
Yes,
Goldman?
I don't know. I'm looking at a DS case. I'm sorry, I didn't pull that part of the file. I wasn't expecting that allegation to be made.
yes, he is
Does
still
Mr.
married to Rochelle
But-
Dotson.
I'm seeing a custody and parenting time order in a DS case. I don't think that would be possible if he was still married.
They are still married.
Ms. Sonnenschein Schmitz, is Mr. Dobson married?
You're on mute.
You're muted.
My apology. They are currently going through their divorce.
All right. Does Mr. Dobson reside in your home?
Yes.
Well, that's wrong. It's this point in time, this is your parenting time. If Mr. Dobson needs to be there, then let's modify and reduce the parenting time. So we can address that further when we come back for the review, Mr. Goldman. Again, on May 7th, but this is parenting time for mom, not for Mr. Dobson. Mr. Dobson's married. Come on, there's got to be some. I'm
Thank you.
not trying to preach morals, but come on, it's not appropriate in this court's opinion. So Mr. Dobson will add to this recommendation, Mr. Walker, Mr. Chris Dobson, I believe it's DOBSON, shall not be present during mom's parenting time.
DOTSON.
Oh, Dotson? Well, thank you. Again, Mr. Gibson, if in fact Mr. Dotson gets married to Ms. Schmitz, I mean, that's going to be a whole different situation. You need to convince this court that he's a danger to your children. So that's just for the time being. You understand that? This can be revisited.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Goldman, you had one other issue?
Yes, I wanted to request that all further hearings be in person. I've made this request before. I understand the court's reluctance, but I think there's a couple egregious supporting factors. Members of Mr. Gibson's family or friends, I'm not sure who, have actually recorded friend of the court discussions. And furthermore, I do have screenshots of them texting him in the middle of those discussions. So we have off-camera participants, and I just think that having in-person hearings will ensure that that doesn't occur.
Well, Mr. Gibson, you should be in court by yourself, not with your uncles and aunts and your mother's telling you what to do.
Yes, sir. I haven't had anybody around, but I understand what you're saying. Yes, sir.
So they should not be, if it comes to court, if there's any documentation evidence that they're participating in proceedings, then the court will order in person. But at this point in time, Mr. Goldman, it's so much easier for the parties. The court finds, to be honest with you, the parties are more rational if they're separated. The intensity increases when parties are together face to face. And it obviously it's difficult too. The court can't have the friend of the court come up here to meet with the parties. It makes it difficult for not only the court, but the front of the court. So at this point in time, the court denied the request for an in-person hearing. If we need an evidentiary hearing, then by all means, it'd be in person. But these reviews, Mr. Gibson, next time, will you appear on audio or on video? You understand that?
I currently don't have a front-facing camera because my phone is broken. But I have been working on getting a new camera and my back.
Because I want to make sure that you're by yourself and you don't have other people in your room. So yes, going by camera, they're not that expensive.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the only thing we're going to add to this recommendation at this point in time is that Chris Dotson should not be present during mom's parenting time. So if in fact Chris Dotson needs to come over at a certain time, then you need to let the child know that the child will stay with dad if Mr. Dotson needs to be present. I'm sorry, ma'am, you had a question?
Yes, I just have one question. It is my understanding.
Your Honor, is there any way that I can be in a breakout room with my client?
Sure. Well, let's have you talk with your attorney, Mr. Bowman.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're back, Your Honor.
Okay.
Court is recalling middle page 2, Jordy Saxon Schmitz versus Joshua Gibson.
All right, the parties have returned to Mr. Gibson. Are you still present?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Goldman, your client had a question.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Right, probably would adopt the recommendation with the provision that Chris Austin not be present during parenting time. Mr. Gibson, obviously that's an issue that could be raised again down the line in the future. The exchanges will still occur, I believe, at Adams and 6th Street where you've exchanged before. So any prior orders are not inconsistent with this order will continue. We'll serve them then on that review date in May. Right. Thank you, Mr. Goldman. That will conclude this matter. We can zoom out. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
My inquiring mind really wanted to know what she was about to ask, what the attorney would not let her ask. I really wanted to know what that was. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.